This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We begin at 4 with a live look at the United Auto Workers Union Hall in Wentzville. That's where area UAW union members are on strike. Automakers General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis failed to reach a contract agreement with the union by last night's deadline. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. Workers are walking the picket lines at 3 auto plants nationwide. One of them is the GM plant in St. Charles County. Overall, members are demanding better wages, shorter work weeks, and more benefits. In recent negotiations in Detroit, Ford, GM, and Stellantis proposed up to 20% pay increases. That's less than half of what the UAW is asking for.
We kind of saw it coming. You know, General Motors, Chrysler, Stellantis, and Ford have been making at or near record profits since the 2009 concessionary contract that the UAW took. And it's our turn to start getting some of that back.
The effects of the strike are being felt nationwide.
They certainly are. It could cost the industry billions. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has more on the possible ripple effects this strike can have on both suppliers and on local businesses.
As the clock strikes midnight, workers walk off the job at the Ford assembly plant in Wayne, Michigan, a GM plant in Wentzville, Missouri, and the Stellantis assembly plant in Toledo, Ohio. Targeted strikes designed to hit profit centers at all 3 automakers.
This strategy will keep the companies guessing, and if we need to go all out, we will.
Part of the United Auto Workers Union's demands include an immediate 20% raise, followed by 4 additional 5% raises, restoring cost of living increases, and retiree health care coverage for all hires.
I'm not greedy. I just want to make sure that my family is provided for and make sure that we can eat, bills paid.
So far, Ford has offered a wage increase of 20% during the life of the contract, which the company called generous. GM also offered a 20% increase, and Stellantis 17.5%.
I'm very frustrated because I think we had an offer that resonates with our people.
President Joe Biden backed the UAW on Friday, sending senior advisor Gene Sperling and Deputy Secretary of Labor Julie Su to Detroit to assist with the negotiations.
The bottom line is that auto workers help create America's middle class. They deserve a contract that sustains them in the middle class.
Now, the contracts cover close to 145,000 UAW members at the 3 companies. Justina Cornell will have much more from Wentzville tonight at 5 and 6.
And that's not the only strike hitting St. Louis this month. SSM St. Louis University Hospital nurses just gave notice they'll stage a 1-day strike in just over a week. Nurses say their concerns are not being addressed by the hospital. Per terms of their contract, the announcement was made 10 days in advance to give the hospital time to plan for how they'll care for patients. Nurses in the hospital have been negotiating since May. No progress has been made. Among their concerns, staffing shortages and safety. Early this morning, one person was killed in an accident in Earth City. It happened at the intersection of Earth City Expressway 141 and Highway 70. According to police, a minivan struck an SUV around 7:45. The driver of the SUV was pronounced dead at the scene. The other driver was taken to a nearby hospital. She is expected to recover.
We're also following a fatal crash in Madison County, Illinois, that killed 3 people around 4 this morning. A driver was heading southbound on Illinois Route 4 here. Authorities say when the driver crossed the center line, that person struck a car traveling northbound head on. Both drivers and a passenger in the car that was heading northbound all died.
All right, we are on the verge of a picture-perfect late summer weekend.
That's right. You know, it's a busy one with outdoor festivals and fairs really happening all over the bi-state.
Yeah.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Cotto now with the weather first forecast.
You know, there is plenty going on this weekend for sure around the St. Louis area. And overall, the weather will cooperate. It won't be quite as bright tomorrow as clouds roll in across the area, but we don't expect a lot of rainfall this weekend. Small chance happening later tomorrow into tomorrow night. As you're looking over in Belleville right now, yes, Oktoberfest getting underway. So there's some fun on the square in Belleville at this point. And the weather this evening is absolutely outstanding. Upper 70s to lower 80s across the area right now, similar to where we've been the last couple of days. And while we have plenty of sunshine right now under that mainly clear sky, that's the biggest change you'll notice tomorrow. Plus, as we watch this system come in from the north and west, we will see a chance for a shower, maybe even a rumble of thunder north and west of St. Louis as we head into later tomorrow. But for most of us, there's not much rain, and we're only talking about maybe an hour or two when we have to deal with that chance for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. This evening, no chance of rain. Skies will stay mainly clear if you're heading out to those high school football games or to one of the fairs or events going on. Just know that it'll cool off to around 70 right after the sun goes down this evening.
All right, thank you, Scott. We are hearing for the first time from the family who was just given a $745 million verdict.
That's right. Marissa Polite died when a driver who had just used an inhalant crashed into the urgent care center where she worked. That was back in 2020. Christine Byers explains what the victim's family hope will come of this landmark settlement.
The man that struck and killed Marissa Polite said he passed out at the wheel after using a 24-pack of these little containers of nitrous oxide. They're supposed to be used for making whipped cream, but the driver who killed Marissa got them at a smoke shop that caters to people looking to get high. Now her parents say they're hoping this verdict will get the attention of lawmakers. It's known as Whip It. Just one of these little cartridges makes 16 ounces of whipped cream when combined with heavy whipping cream. If inhaled, it can cause seizures, loss of consciousness, or even death. On the night Marissa was killed, Trenton Geiger bought them at a smoke shop called Coughing Cardinal in Des Peres. Federal law does not prohibit places like Coughing Cardinal from selling Whippets. It prohibits anybody from selling them for the purpose of inhalation. The company argued in court that it can't parent every store where their products are sold. Marissa's parents hope the jury's verdict sends a message.
We can't stop here. We got to get some laws changed. No more kids need to die because of this stuff.
It was never about the money. It was about making that statement, opening up people's eyes. You don't sell over 1 million of them in a 3-year period at one location for whipped cream.
A few days before the jury returned its verdict in this case, United Brands declared bankruptcy. So far, it has not filed an appeal in this case.
All right, Christine, thanks. Still ahead, Illinois preparing for a big change when the state will become the first to eliminate cash bail.
Marking a somber anniversary, 60 years ago today, 4 little black girls lost their lives in a church bombing.